Welcome! Today we're diving into one of the most significant conflicts of the late 20th century.
The First Gulf War, also known as the Persian Gulf War, was a fast and intense war that involved more than 30 nations.
So how did it start? Who was involved? And why did it matter?
Let's find out!
The First Gulf War began on August 2nd, 1990.
And ended on February 28, 1991.
It started when Iraq invaded its smaller neighbor Kuwait, led by dictator Saddam Hussein. In response, a coalition of over 30 countries led by the United States came together to defend Kuwait and stop Iraq.
Key members of this coalition included the United Kingdom, France, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and many others.
It was one of the largest international military efforts since World War II.
But why did Iraq invade Kuwait in the first place? The answer lies in a mix of economics, oil, debt, and power.
First, after fighting a long and costly war against Iran from 1980 to 1988, Iraq was financially drained.
It had racked up over $80 billion in debt, much of it owed to Kuwait and Saudi Arabia.
Saddam Hussein asked Kuwait to forgive the debt, but Kuwait refused. Next, Iraq accused Kuwait of slant drilling Iraq oil fields,
Especially the Rumaila field near the border.
Iraq said Kuwait was stealing oil and demanded compensation.
Oil was also a major issue. Kuwait was producing more oil than the limits agreed by OPEC, the group of oil-producing nations.
This caused oil prices to fall, which hurt Iraq's economy even more.
Saddam blamed Kuwait driving down prices deliberately,
Finally, Saddam claimed Kuwait was historically part of Iraq.
a claim based on the Ottoman Empire's old borders.
But many believed it was just an excuse.
By invading Kuwait, Iraq would gain direct access to the Persian Gulf.
They controlled about 20% of the world's oil reserves.
And became a much stronger power in the Middle East.
On August 2nd, 1990, the Iraq forces invaded Kuwait.
In just 2 days, they took control over the entire country. The world reacted quickly.
The United Nations condemned the invasion and demanded Iraq withdraw immediately.
But Saddam refused. The United States, along with dozens of allies, began sending troops to the region in what became known as Operation Desert Shield.
The goal was to defend Saudi Arabia from a possible Iraq attack and prepare for action if Iraq didn't leave Kuwait.
By late 1990, hundreds of thousands of soldiers were in the region along with tanks, planes, and ships.
This was one of the largest military buildups since World War II,
After months of warnings, the UN gave Iraq a deadline.
which was to withdraw from Kuwait by January 15th, 1991.
But Saddam ignored it.
So on January 17th, the coalition launched Operation Desert Storm.
Starting with a massive air campaign.
For over a month, coalition forces bombed Iraq's military bases, air defenses, and communication lines.
Then, on February 24th, coalition ground forces invaded Kuwait and southern Iraq.
The ground war lasted only 100 hours, which was about 4 days, and ended in a complete military defeat for Iraq.
Iraq troops fled and Kuwait was liberated.
The First Gulf War officially ended on February 28, 1991.
Kuwait was then free again.
Iraq suffered heavy losses.
During the war, over 88,000 tons of bombs were dropped.
More than 500,000 American troops took part.
The war lasted just over 6 weeks of combat, but its impacts were much longer.
Saddam Hussein stayed in power, but Iraq was hit with severe UN sanctions.
The country's economy and military were crippled. The First Gulf War was short, but its effects were long-lasting.
It showed the power of global cooperation.
It also highlighted the importance of oil politics.
And set the stage for future conflicts in the region.
Thanks for watching!
Okay. Okay, ready?
Oh, that's why. Okay,
Okay, ready?
3, 2, wait, I'll count down with my fingers. Okay, ready? Dom can cut this.
Your car's gonna get full of grass.
Well, I don't know where I should move it.
That one's going.
Why is it in the window?
Just pull.
Am I going?
No, me.
No.
I just forgot where I was.
Finally.